Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. Chen. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically me sharing with you quickly a tour of my indoor garden. If you don't know, and if you're near here, I do have an indoor garden. I do have a page called AHP Food Store Limited. Now that is where basically I share all my agricultural content, both on Facebook and Instagram, and also on Twitter. And I'm not so active on Twitter and on Pinterest as well, but I'm not so active in those places. I'm more active on Instagram and a little bit more active on Facebook and YouTube. So somebody on on my TikTok, yeah, because we're on TikTok as well. Somebody on my TikTok asked me to do a garden tour, an indoor garden tour. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so basically I'm indoors right now, okay, in my house. However, my my garden is actually outside, out of my front door. So I'm going to show you without showing you too much of my home. Okay, so let us go. Okay, so I don't want to show you too much of my home. Okay, so don't mind my face. I was actually literally just resting, sleeping. But anyway, I had a long night of working last night, just arranging my home, because it's going to be nearly a year, guys, since we moved into this place. And things are not yet completely sorted. Okay, so let me go down a bit. Okay. Let me start with, yeah, that corner there, this here. Yeah, this here, okay? So this is just a shelf that I got from Argos, okay? For those of you who are in the UK, you know what Argos, the sort Argos that I'm talking about. So it used to be my in-house office shelf. However, since moving here, my corridor where my garden is, that's literally my corridor from my house. My house is there, where my greenhouse is. Okay, that's my house. So you can see when I come out of my front door, that's my corridor, and then we've got a set of stairs. Okay, now I don't want to show you too much, but anyway, what's it called? So on this shelf, I've got currently growing on there. I planted that last night, the top part. Okay, I planted it last night, and basically what's in there is cress. Okay, so cress is good for sandwich fillings and also for making stew. Okay, and then those two Wellington boots on that same shelf are flowers. Okay, it's called Tet or Tet. they're perennial flowers, so they grow back every year. Currently, I harvested it and used it for my hallway to decorate it. Now, I'm waiting until next year now for it to grow, to regrow again. Okay, so now on the second shelf of the same shelf there is growing sweet peppers. No, not sweet pepper, chili pepper. And I just want to show you. So that's chili pepper. That is what is growing there. Okay. And I want to grow other things in between there. But for now, that's what's growing there. And then, of course, on the side of it, these pair of shoes. Again, is tete-a-tete flowers, both of them. Okay, growing in there. I just divided from the main ones that I bought. Okay, so I bought like 3 pots and I just divided the bulbs. Okay, so then it brings us to this shelf here. It's my strawberry that is growing. Okay, so let me show you the front. So that's basically my strawberry. Okay, so I just bought 2 of those because with strawberry, once it grows, you can cut off some of it and replant, so you don't need to buy a lot of strawberries to plant. Okay, so as it grows, it'll basically fill up this, and then I've got another shelf here of strawberries as well. Okay, so it'll fill up that pot, and that's why I haven't grown anything too long in this one, because once these strawberries grow and I need more space, I'll just use this pot here. Okay, so then on this shelf, again, I've got tete-a-tete flowers. Okay, and I also want to grow something else in with the strawberries, but for now, that's what I have. Okay, so lastly, that last shelf there is also chili. Okay, and again, I want to grow something else on there in with that chili, but I haven't got around to that yet. So let us go back. So on the side here, I've got Helleborus Niger, and I've got 2 of those. They're also perennial flowers, so they'll regrow. And then I got rhododendron, okay, as well, down at the bottom there, and more tete-a-tete flowers. So I wanted, although I do just productive garden, I wanted, some pretty flowers when I'm doing videos. What's it called? That goes with the theme of my brand, which is basically yellow and white and black. Okay, on some of them it's yellow and black, and then on the majority, business-wise, is yellow and white. So that's why I went for the tete-a-tete and the Helleborus and the rhododendron. Okay, so then let us come on this side. Okay, so these bits here, okay, basically it's on a wooden, I can't remember what you call them, but you normally get them from building sites. Yeah. So I got those to make like that wood to make a raised bed when I get my allotment, which I'm currently waiting on. Okay. So at the moment it keeps it raised up so that it doesn't look messy on the floor, and then also water doesn't go and ruin the carpet. Okay, because my hallway is made of is laid with carpet. Okay, so that plant there is blackcurrant, and then I've got some mint. I've got some ginger that I've just planted. Okay, so that's the ginger that I've just planted. It hasn't germinated yet. And then I've got some turmeric that I've just planted in, covered with polythene there. And then I've got 2 pots of mint, and then I've got celery and some onion there growing, and then I've got some kales growing in there. Okay, so that's basically my indoor garden. And then this is basically my greenhouse. It's a portable greenhouse. So that means you can move it easily around your home. Okay, so I had that in my kitchen, but because I have this outdoor space, I decided to bring it here and then design it the way I've designed it. Okay, so let us begin again. So the top bit there is I've planted mustard, the green ones, okay, because there's red mustard as well. And then the second shelf there, I have beans and fruits, different types of beans. So let us go and check that out. The thing about this greenhouse, you can zip it up and zip it down, okay, to keep your crops warm. So I've got broad beans in there. I've got runner beans in there. I've got raspberry. I've got blackberries. I've got red currants. I've got honeyberry. I've got blueberries. I think I've mentioned that already. Okay. So that's what's growing in there. And then I've also sown some mustard. I need to cover them. Okay. And then on this side shelf, under there, I've got spring onions. Okay. And then also French dwarf beans. Okay. Growing. So spring onions, mustard, and French dwarf beans growing. And then second to last shelf is all of that covered with the black polythene is basically mustard that is growing. And then finally on the last shelf, there's nothing in there yet, but I want to sow some cress in there. Okay, so that is basically that. And I didn't fill up this space too much because I want to put in some tools in there. Okay, like, yeah, on the sides. But at the moment, they're all in a box, okay, inside the house. So then you're probably wondering, how does your plants get sun and air and all of that. Basically, if I turn my camera like that, I've got a Velux window. Okay, so a Velux window that is basically open. So I open it, and also, yeah, basically I open it or my neighbors open it, and during the day when it's not too hot, I open it, and when it's not raining, I open it as well, and then I close it in the later part of the afternoon, or if I open it late in the afternoon, I close it in the night, okay? Just before I sleep, so that it gets the sun it needs, it gets the good air it needs, and all of that good stuff for it to continue growing. And if it's too cold, I zip. I close it completely, so then it will be warm. It will stay warm in there. Okay. So then on this side, I don't know if you can now see. Okay, so in the corner, yeah, in the corner, I've got some, basically my compost. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but I don't think you can see it. But I've got just a bucket, my harvesting bucket. And let me show you what my harvesting bucket looks like. So that's my compost and my harvesting bucket. So that's what's there. And I put it on the side. And then I've got these sticks that I use to support my plants in case in case I've got the types of plants that need support. That's what I use. And you can get sticks from like your local park. And like when you order some items, they come with these sticks. So I ordered coca, and that's what it came with. So I just, instead of throwing them, I took them to use. Okay, so that's that. It's got the tall version and also the short version. Okay, and then on the same side, I've got my space I've got 2 plugs where I can just, if I wanted to do filming or if I wanted to do any type of work that requires electric appliance, I'll just plug it there. Or when I need to clean my floor, I'll just plug it there and clean it. But the good thing with where I live, I have cleaners that come and clean this space, so I don't really need to do a lot of cleaning, unless of course I've had a day of gardening and I've made a mess on the floor. Maybe before they come, I'll just clean it, okay? Just to, be responsible for my garden and leave it tidy, because it's in my hallway as well, okay? And then I've got things like my watering. These are basically old milk bottles that I thoroughly washed out with soap and I use for watering. Okay, and then I've got quite a few of them. I just put them in between my planting pots. Okay, So I fill them up with water, and so it's easier, so that as I'm going out, I water my plants. And if I don't water them as I'm going out, I water them as I come back into the house. Just before I go inside the house, I water it. And then I've got a bigger one. Okay. And then I've got 4 of those milk bottles filled with water, and then I've got 3 of these ones that I fill with water as well. There's one that is empty, so I just refill them. No, 4. Okay, yeah, and then I've got a spray, bottle spray that I use to water seedlings as well. So I normally fill this up as well and leave it on the side, but I've done some gardening, so that's why those 2 are empty. It's more than 2 is empty, so I'll refill them up later. Okay, and then that's basically it. That's basically my indoor garden sorted. Nobody comes and mess around with this, because my neighbors, they're all like a bit far from me, so nobody really comes up here. Only postmen and women and the cleaners and my my visitors, if I have any, which I rarely do. And that's basically it. And people, the maintenance people and delivery people. So nobody really messes with my garden. There's also like a second window, but that's rarely open. But that brings light in as well. But that's rarely open. I will not show you that because that will basically show you where I live, which I don't want to. Okay, so let us go back in and let me end this video. So then I come back in, and that's basically how my indoor garden looks like. Okay. Okay, so on that side you can see where I keep my compost and my plug area and all. So, and then you can see how it looks like. So I can see everything that is going on through my keyhole. So if I hear any funny noise, I just come through my keyhole and just look, and I can see. But so far, I've not had any issues with my garden being vandalized or anything, so, which is good. That's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see, if that met your requirement. I keep my seeds indoors, so basically just before I've taken out some seeds here, I've put them out here because we're in planting season in the UK. So here I'm just sorting out what needs to be planted out now, and then I've got a box for what I'm not using currently to plant. So that's where all the resources will go, and all my other gardening resources go there at the moment. it needs tidying up. So all the boxes that you saw, they have covers. So if I'm moving house, I just cover the boxes. My compost, I don't need to get rid of anything. I just cover my planting pots with polythene and then put them in bags and carry them, transport them. And then the boxes, I cover them with the covers there and put them in bags, big bags as well. Sometimes I don't need the big bags, but sometimes I would. And then just put them in and transport them as well. And then I can dismantle the greenhouse and box it as well and transport it. And then the same with my shelf, I can dismantle that as well. And then the wooden thing, I don't need to do anything with that. I can just put it in whatever mode of transport I'm using to move and move it to where I'm going. That's basically what happened when we're moving here. So that is basically it, guys. I shall see you all in the next video. Bye.